Hello, Miami. Welcome this Monday morning. I'm your host, Cristina Hernandez. Thanks for being with us. Today, I have with me a very special guest. This is Lena Pereira. Thanks for being here, Lena.
Thank you for having me.
Did you know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month? And we have a very special person here because she has written a children's book called The Message. I was going to say we have a special message, but we do have a special message today. And let's talk about this book because I have loved delving into this, learning about this. It resonates within me. I know it's going to resonate within all of you as well. So before I talk about the name of your book and this message that all comes with it, tell me a little bit about your background. Because all of this forms.
Right. Okay. Well, so I'm a mother first and foremost, right? And that was what pushed me to write this book for children. I have a background. My background is in fitness, dance fitness, and I write fitness manuals, training manuals for certification programs. I've been lucky enough to write, and also as a ghostwriter for many of the most popular fitness programs that are out there. So that was very exciting. And I used to teach fitness certifications for a long time. And I was sponsored by Nike, and I taught dance fitness certifications with Nike. And after I had my son, I got more into the writing, into the background of fitness, more of the writing instead of the performing. As many people do experience trauma in their life, I experienced something that just shook me to my core. And this happened about 7 years ago. It just practically destroyed me because it was something that was extremely unjust and very terrifying. And I found myself crying out to God. I literally walked outside and I looked up to the sky and I was like, God, do you hear me? Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's going on? Can you hear me? And it was just, there was no breeze, and a dove came over to me and went, hoo, 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 and I heard God through the dove saying, I hear you. I see you. I love you.
I'm going to cry.
I'm going to start crying.
Because how many times have I heard the sounds of a dove, and now I'm going to hear that by reading that book so differently.
Yes, that was my intention. So that night, well, first of all, I felt the peace that you can only get with that connection to God. And that night I received the download for the entire book. It just came out, and I was like, I have to get this message out to the world and to children because we all experience trouble, right? To varying degrees. So some people have, experienced life, and the most traumatic thing that's going to happen to them maybe is a divorce or, something like this. But others experience trauma at higher levels, and children are experiencing their own trauma right now. Especially, this is very timely, I think, this book, because right now, for the past year, so many children have been stuck at home, and they're not getting the socialization that they used to get.
Child abuse is on the rise because of this COVID.
Yes. And so I feel for all of these children that are, also, the parents, there's a lot of stress on parents right now because of some people have lost jobs, and so that creates tension in the house, stress and fighting. And, when kids feel that tension, they don't feel safe. And when they don't feel safe, they a part of them, it gets lost, right? So if they don't have their parents or friends or the social, environment that they're used to, who are they able to talk to about how they feel? And so that's why I think that the message in the dove, if all children could hear the dove and hear that sound and know that they are loved and heard and seen by God and get that peace, that is the intention.
I mean, I shared with you in one of our conversations that one, before I is that there is a message in there for all of us. All of us experience pain and trauma. It's just some of us experience it differently, like you were saying. And I remember I wanted to go to the Long Island Medium, and because my mother had passed away and my grandmother had passed away, and I had their jewelry with me. And even though I personally didn't get a reading from her, there was a message for all of us, and that, they're on the other side, they're okay. This isn't about somebody passing, but the message about this book is still very powerful, and anyone that is going through some hardship in life and hearing the dove cooing is like, wow. I remember when my uncle passed away, this peacock did a dance for me. And I mean, they always say like birds.
Right. Are messengers.
Yes. And the dove is a representation also, I mean, in some faiths, of the Holy Spirit.
Right. Which is that's really very interesting, because when I wrote the book, I wasn't thinking of it that was the Holy Spirit, speaking to me. I was not Christian, and then I had friends who were Christian, and they said, do you know that the dove is the symbol for the Holy Spirit, right? And I said, no, I didn't know that. It's just, the dove she just spoke to me. She spoke to me, and I felt the peace that I know now is the peace from the Holy Spirit. But at the time, it was just a message that was given to me. And so I just want to share that feeling. And the thing is that the coo is particular. It's the only bird that makes that sound, that rhythm of 1, 2, 3. So, it's I love you, I see you, or don't worry, and that's the same sound all over the world.
Yeah.
So it can be translated, into ci amo or te amo, neshikot, different languages.
It's
so
beautiful.
that's the idea.
Tommy, can you cue up that sound of the dove so that in case you didn't know, here it is. Okay. Here we go. There it is.
Yes.
I love you. I see you.
Yes.
I hear you.
Yes. And
what a beautiful message to send to anybody going through such a difficult time in their life, to have something like
a reminder.
As a reminder, yeah.
That they're not alone.
And when you put something out to the universe, to God, how it does, they listen. They're there. If you look, you have to look for it.
Yes. When you reach out.
Yes.
Yes. It's, what is, they say, God's will requires your participation.
Yeah, it does. And then there were some other pictures that we wanted to share from the book.
Yes.
So some of the pictures here, this picture that we're going to post, tell us a little bit about this.
So that's the cat character in the book, and that cat character is based off of my son's face when he laughs and he's his happiest. His eyes go like this, just like that. So
and we can see the picture of her son. Look at that.
That's my Bodhi. That's my
beautiful.
Bodhi. Thank you so much, my sweet soul. Thank you. And my inspiration to write the book, so that he always feels that he knows that he's being heard, seen, and loved by God. Even if he's not with me, if he's at school, something happens at school, he goes outside and he hears the doves, it's that connection. And it's for children sitting in a car where the parents are fighting in the front seat, and they look up and they look out on the wire and they see the doves on the wire. It's that remembering that symbol reminds you that you're not alone and that you're loved.
I mean, we can all benefit from this type of message and story.
Yes.
So just also, this book has just launched. So how exciting for you.
Yes, it
is.
is.
Because this is going to have, I think, some momentum. You're already telling us.
It's very exciting. It's been picked up at a lot of stores in the West Coast, a lot of bookstores, and it's available online on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart. It's at Powell's Books, which is like all over the West Coast. And it's just starting. So it's really very exciting.
Amazing. The fact that we can pick it up at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and Walmart, pick it up online. Don't wait. And if you want to follow, because now I know you're going to be doing book signings.
Yes.
The best thing to do is to follow Lena. She is on Facebook. And she is on Instagram. So on Facebook, it's Lena Pereira. And also the book is called The Message. That's the name of the book on Facebook. And then on Instagram, you can follow Lena Pereira. And you can also follow on Instagram, The Message _ Lena Pereira.
Yes.
Also, like you were saying, lots of bookstores on the West Coast have picked you up. So we're just like getting started with this book.
Yes. So I would love to recite maybe the first page.
Let's do that. I love that.
Right? Because so everybody can feel it. So in the beginning, it's about a boy who hears the sound of the dove. And so this is how it starts. The dove coos, hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo. What is that sound? What could it be? A sweet sound, a calm sound up there in the tree. I am a dove, and then both their eyes meet. You are the one that is sounding so sweet? Yes, yes, I am, and it comes with a message from heaven, you see. It's a message that's sent to all boys and all girls. You are loved to infinity. No matter the time, no matter the day, the sound of our cooing let you know all's okay. And difficult times will not always stay. Eventually, feelings of hurt go away. And tomorrow we start on another fresh day.
I love it.
And then the rest of it, you can experience when you get the book.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I wish you so much success with this.
Thank you.
Lena, I always ask my guests at the end of our interview some little fire questions.
Yes.
So community newspapers, we're really hyper local and focus on local things. So do you have a favorite local restaurant you want to give a shout out to? And if nothing comes to mind, nothing comes to mind. But surely there's got to be a restaurant, no? No restaurant?
I'm sorry, nothing's coming to my mind for the restaurant right now. I'm like buzzing right now.
You just told this amazing story and now I'm switching.
No, not right this moment. Sorry.
Okay. No podcast that you're listening to?
No, I am reading books on, Dr. Gabor Mate, and he discusses how childhood trauma affects us later in life. This is the main reason why I was like, you know what? I want to find a way to put an end to domestic violence. Okay, really. I mean, because that was my personal trauma, what I went through, and I was like, God, I write. That I'm creative, I'll write, I can write something. And God was like, yeah, you're going to write something, but it's not a fitness program. And so how does that all tie in? So the way to put an end to domestic violence is to heal the children. Okay. It's through spirituality. It's, once it gets to the point that it's, the parents are experiencing they're reliving their traumas of their own childhood. And it just keeps going and going and going and going.
Circle.
They grow up to become a narcissist or the victim. And it's really, it's an energy. It's a dark energy. And so that feeling of neglect or abandonment happens to the children. It starts there. And that's why it's so important to introduce spirituality to children. Okay, to introduce God to children so that they feel loved and heard and seen.
What is your son's reaction to the book?
He loves it, but he's kind of like, all right, Mama, enough already. No. I mean, he does it. He doesn't know how big it is right now. So he's still like Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
So, but he does love it. And I know that he will love it when he's an adult and he has his own children. And in the beginning, it's dedicated to him.
All realize that's when we all flip the switch in our brains once we have our kids. And then you're like, oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's when they get it.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much. I am so excited about this book. I also think the timing of it has been so paramount. Like, there is so much abuse going on now more than ever. There was one other thing I wanted to highlight about this, and that was one of the quotes that I read from Dr. Janice Johnson. She gave you an amazing
summary and review of the book.
The message is an uplifting and spiritual book for children of all ages as well as adults. 100% agree with that. The author uses the sweet and calming sound that the dove makes to send a very powerful message of unconditional love and encouragement despite difficult times. Her message inspires the readers to trust and believe that difficult times will not last and better days are coming. She encourages her audience to create the life that they desire and to be comfortable and proud of themselves. As a physician, I believe that the message in Ms. Pereira's book is necessary and timely. Our society sometimes discounts the concerns of children, thinking that they don't have a care in the world. This is such a fallacy because we all experience our ups and downs despite our age, sex, race, religion. Mental health and well-being is something that should be addressed at all ages. I believe that Ms. Pereira's book, The Message, does an outstanding job of acknowledging and addressing difficulties, but most importantly, reassures the reader that they are not alone and there is hope for better times. The Message.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank
Lena
you.
Pereira.
Thank you.
Be on the lookout for her. Please follow on social media. And if you have something you would like to promote, please get in touch with me. I would love to help promote your business or anything that you're promoting. And we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Thanks, Lena, again for sharing the message with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
And we'll see you next Monday. Thank you, Miami. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.